Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Valerie Mills. Thanks for logging on to My Fox Hurricane. Things are quiet in the tropics, but what the big story is a really massive plume of Saharan dust, and that's continuing to get close to the state of Florida. So for Saturday, Sunday, and even into the start of next week, we're going to see more of this Saharan dust drifting across the Sunshine State. So that is going to reduce our air quality a bit over the next couple of days. But as we zoom out at the big picture, this is really keeping things quiet as we look across the Atlantic basin. I mean, look at all of the dust that's still coming off of the coast of Africa. This dry Saharan air layer is about 50% drier. So we just do not have the things that we need for any sort of waves to be able to develop under these circumstances. And really over the next week or so, we expect this Saharan dust to dominate. On top of that, the subtropical ridge spinning in the Atlantic, that's really going to continue to keep things quiet, it looks like, in the next week or so. You can see that dust continuing to drift by. So more of that is likely going to impact the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, and the state of Florida over the next coming days. But as for any waves trying to develop, we may see a couple, but overall, it doesn't look like anything is going to be able to spin up into anything tropical in nature. Even as we look at our wind shear, not much wind shear right now. So once we get away from all of that dust, once the dust is no longer in the Atlantic, things are going to be a go as we look ahead to August. Not too much wind shear would mean that storms are able to kind of get across the Atlantic a little bit easier. As for our main development region through the rest of July, we typically see these homegrown storms that are able to develop off the East Coast into parts of the Gulf of Mexico. So that's where we'll be watching through the next couple of weeks before we head into the start of August and our peak hurricane season hits end of August and start of September. We'll have more updates right here on My Fox Hurricane.